hello, welcome. Not having to press it out and toss it up and do all kinds of crazy stuff. With 2 kids, I try to make things as easy as I possibly can when it comes to cooking or cooking something for the both of us. So it really is the most easy pizza you could put together. I'm going to for you. No, I've got it all together and I've got the garbage from the refrigerator. I have all of the stuff laid out over here. I've been trying to fix this coffee since I got up.
Hello, YouTubers.
It's Father's Day. There's the father of the year. Check him out. Check him out. He is starving to death, and I have been trying to get this. Oh, that was almost really a fail. Knocked his cup over, and he was trying to pour some hot. But anyways, we've basically just been lazy around the house today. I have napped. He has got to watch some TV. The kids went out to my parents for just a little bit, so we are kind of just taking it easy. And I am running super behind on getting his pizza made. So that is what I'm trying to do for him now, if at all possible. Okay, so like I said, really simple, really fast. I have the oven preheated to 425. The instructions are basically going to come on the back of the pizza crust that you buy from the grocery store. Pick you up some of these. It's 3 to a pack. This is ultra thin pizza crust. I'm pretty sure when it comes to pre-made ones like this, I don't know that you can get a thick crust because it's harder to keep them fresh. But once you open these, you do have 2 extra crusts. I normally pick up 2 jars of pizza sauce. If you've noticed, I have the pizza croissants also listed on my channel on how to make those. So we eat a lot of pizza in this house. Like I said, it's Father's Day, and that is JJ's favorite food. So I am preheating my oven now. I'm going to remove my stove toppers because my oven gets so hot it tends to try to melt them. But anyways, like I said, really, really simple. You're going to get your pizza crust already made. This is an ultra thin pizza crust. Comes with 3. You can seal it back up. These go in your fridge once they are opened. And it says normally, I think, to use them within like a week or 2. So normally, yeah, 3 to 5 days. Or you can do it in the freezer for up to, normally in 3 to 5 days. We're not, so I end up normally these go to waste. But another good idea with these that you could do if you like ranch is make a ranch veggie pizza. You can do lots of different things with these thin crusts. It doesn't have to be a traditional pepperoni. That's just obviously what most people like and love and his favorite. So that's what I'm going to be making and showing you how to make tonight. You can lay out a baking sheet to put your crust on. I have just sterilized my countertops and have laid the pizza crust right down on the countertop to dress because I'm going to put the pizza crust directly on the rack. That is what's going to make it crispy, flaky, and cook it the quickest and easiest. That is also what the directions say to do with the pizza itself, to lay it right on the rack. And then you can get it out and place it on a cooling rack if you want to help keep the crispiness. But the directions are simple. These crusts also give you the option of putting them on the grill, which I think would be a really ideal for the summertime. Great on the grill. So it does give you the grill instructions as well if you wanted to try them on the grill. I think that's something really cool for summer. It also gives you a couple of topping ideals, of course, pizza sauce, barbecue sauce, olive oil, pesto, cheese, pepperoni, sausage, bacon, pineapple, mushrooms, green peppers, olives, shrimp, onions, garlic, or oregano. So sometimes I will, just to do my own pizzazz, I will add a little bit of garlic, salt, onion powder, just to make it have a really good taste to the crust. I will add a little, as you would actually just use olive oil, and then you would put like pepperoni, the pepper. But you can obviously, add other toppings. It does not just have to be the pepperoni. It does say, that you can add any toppings you want, and the pizza will withstand and hold up putting other toppings more so than just the pepperoni. Sometimes crust, I feel like, will be too what's the word, thin, I guess I was going to say, strong enough to actually hold a lot of toppings. But this one says that you can do shrimp, olive oil, whatever. The ideal that I had, like I said, because I am a ranch lover, would be to do a ranch base. Oop, I'm so sorry, my tripod is not having it today. To do a ranch-based pizza and then do your favorite veggies and crisp them up in the oven and then have this thin crust. I think that would be awesome. Or I do have olive oil, and I think it would be kind of cool to do like an olive oil, some banana pepper, some onion, and just kind of have like garlic, salt, oregano, and just kind of have like a real Italian-based pizza. But again, simply in my home with 2 kids, and with him being the big boy that he is, he just loves the traditional pepperoni pizza. So that is what we're going to make today. I have already washed my hands. I've already put my hair up, so we are going to get right into this. I've already mixed my pizza sauce. If you watch my video with the pizza croissants, I use the same pizza sauce for those. Because this is a thin crust, you're not going to want to put a whole lot of sauce because it will make your crust soggy. I did about 2 ladles. I want to say this is probably 4 tablespoons total, and I start in the middle. And believe it or not, I actually used to work at Pizza Hut and at Little Caesars, so I have a pretty good share of making pizzas. That's my oven letting me know that it is ready when I am. But between working at Pizza Hut and working at Little Caesars, I have a pretty good idea of how to apply sauce. I actually used to have to make the sauce at Little Caesars all the time. I hated it. It was one of my least favorite things to do. I also was a pepperoni and sauce girl at Little Caesars. And in case you did not know, the hot and readies at Little Caesars have 20 pepperonis on them exactly, because I used to have to count them out as I put them around before they would go in the oven. And unless you ask for extra sauce, it gets exactly a half a cup, I think, to the entire sauce. Again, this is a thin crust, so I don't want to do a whole lot of sauce, because we can always heat up and dip the pizza in more sauce if we want to, or ranch. I'm always bringing up ranch. I love ranch with everything, with my pizza, with my chicken, with my anything, basically anything. Pork chops, chick, I don't care. I can eat ranch with anything. Put a little ranch on it and it makes it. Do your sauce, just a little tip, and I'm actually going to go back in for a little bit more. This is actually going to just be 1 tablespoon extra, but you're going to want to put it in the middle of your pizza and then kind of swirl around and make your way around. The pizza. So let me just give you an idea. I threw my ring light over there. I'm sorry, it's going to kind of make the lighting off. So I started in the middle, and with this little ladled spoon, I just kind of swirled it out. Again, in just circular motions, and that makes it really good and even, without getting too much on the outer edges, but making sure to get it coated. Because obviously as the pizza bakes up and crisps up the same way that a regular pizza would, you know, you don't want the sauce to be pouring over the edges. But for a thin crust pizza, I'm going to say that this is probably good. Again, because the more you put on it, it will kind of make it soggy. So if you got your pizza looking about like so, then this is a pretty good place for you to start adding toppings. And again, if it was up to me, honey, I would add onion, I would add the banana peppers, I would probably add a little ham, I would add some green pepper. Any places, by the way, that start to just look a little bit spare to you, or that you think needs more sauce, just use your best judgment as you're putting the sauce on, depending on what spoon you're using to, and just kind of go by that. If you think that the sauce looks good that's on it, if you don't think that it looks too thick or too thin, just kind of go by that as you put the sauce on. You will know by looking yourself. It doesn't take a genius to put sauce on a pizza crust, but do always start in the middle and circle out. That way your outer edges kind of are clear of sauce so that it doesn't boil over, especially because you are putting this right on the center rack. You don't want to have the sauce starting to heat and go over the edges of your pizza. So that is one thing. Just make sure as you put your sauce on to kind of avoid the outer edge. Now cheese, I probably will have all over, because I definitely want to make sure with this being a thin crust to have plenty of cheese melted down on it. Because like I said, we can always go back in and I can heat a jar or a cup of sauce to dip our pizza in of the marinara, but it's going to be harder to take it off of. So again, just enough, because this is also, remember, a thin crust. I didn't even pay attention at the store, but I'm pretty sure that the majority of these that you buy pre-made like this are going to be a thin crust. I want to say it would be pretty hard unless you get them from the freezer section or somewhere like that. These were just in the dry goods aisle beside of the pizza sauce, the spaghetti sauce, things like that, and I picked them up thinking, yes, this would be a quick and easy way to make pizza at home. I've actually made these ones before. His mom and I like a lot of toppings on ours, like I said, so we actually loaded one down, and it actually kind of fell apart, I felt like, because it had too much on it. We had ham, green pepper, onion, bacon bits, tons of stuff on it, and it just was really kind of soggy at the bottom. It felt like it wasn't able to cook all the way through from all the toppings on it. And then the pizza that I made for JJ that time, that was just kind of minimal, seemed to turn out a little bit better. So that's where we're going to stop. It does look like a little excess sauce that I do have on here, but I'm trying to make sure that it's just even and that it's not over the edges. And so as long as you kind of have a look about like this, then you are doing good. Now we are going to stop with the sauce, and like I said, your finished product is going to look a little something like this. I actually probably shouldn't have done that extra tablespoon, because now I do have a few places that are a little bit extra saucy that I don't really think that it is going to hurt. It is still very thin, as you can see as I pick it up. It is not like the sauce is absolutely pouring off of it, so as long as it is based in really good like this, I don't think that's going to hurt anything. Again, make sure if you are going to use your countertops, you can always use a baking sheet or a big oversized plate, but I just sterilize and wipe my counters down really good and always work off my countertops. My mom always did, so that's kind of just the way that I work in my kitchen, is right off of the counter. So now I'm going to go in with the pepperoni. I simply picked up a bag just at the grocery store. As you can see, there's a pizza right on the front of it. You can also add these to salads. You can use these for the croissant pizzas that I did a tutorial for. I used the same kind of pepperonis for it. They are just your basic, already cooked. You could eat them cold just like this, ready to go pepperonis. So these are just obviously the easiest thing to get. That's what I always work with. And so, yeah, let me go ahead now and kind of let you guys see the finished product. I'm going to go ahead and lay my pepperonis down. I'm going to go with the Little Caesars tutorial, the way Little Caesars taught me, and go around with the 20 and then see how it looks. So let me flip back over and set you guys down, and let's get to this pepperoni. And when you do your pepperonis, according to Little Caesars, I was never much in the kitchen at Pizza Hut. I was a waitress there, but at Little Caesars, you kind of master the kitchen and do everything from the dishes to making the pizzas to boxing the pizzas to cutting the pizzas to making the crazy bread. Literally at Little Caesars, they just kind of put you wherever they need you. So, I did, in fact, make a lot of pizzas, including thin crust, at Little Caesars, and it is always a 20 pepperoni base. They don't actually have, like, bigger sizes of pizzas. They just have different kinds. And the thin crust is always one kind. It comes to us pre-made, but the regular pizzas that they have there, we actually make the dough and make and press out ourselves. But the thin crusts at Little Caesars do come already made, kind of like this one did, and they always all get 20 pepperonis. Now, like I said, I'm going to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 on this bad boy. So as you can see, I'm actually going to flip the camera around and give you guys a better idea. This is an extra pepperoni pizza. I probably could have went without doing so many pepperonis. You probably don't have to have that much, but I don't think it's necessarily gonna hurt. I wanted to cover all of the sauce, and I went around just in a circle the same way that I did at Little Caesars, and just went basically until I didn't have room for pepperonis anymore. So that's how I decided to do this. And again, you can go lesser or more. It's all whatever you made pizza. It is for you. So put more, put less, put 500. You can even do another layer of pepperonis if you want. This pizza is for you. It is homemade. It is how you want it. This is literally your choice pizza with no charge for extra toppings because you've bought them and you're doing them at home. So if you want more pepperoni, do a whole nother layer. I don't necessarily think that it is going to hurt anything. So now my favorite part, it is time for the cheese. I'm going to go in with an Italian style of the 6 cheese blend. This is a finely shredded cheese, so I really like it because it gets in those nooks and crannies of the pepperoni and soaks in even up under those because it is so finely shredded. But of course, like in the thumbnail, you can see I do always go to the Kraft mozzarella, 2% milk, and it is some chunkier, bigger pieces of cheese, and I'm going to do that on top. So first, the finely shredded, and this is a blend of provolone mozzarella, Parmesan Romano, Assaggio, and Fontina. And just for a little tip, something else that is really good that I didn't actually put on the thumbnail or talk about in the toppings, but if you already have some pepper flakes like in your spice cabinet, or if you already have some Parmesan like in your refrigerator from where you make spaghetti or lasagna at home, or if you just keep Parmesan cheese in your fridge for whatever you eat it on. It is really good put on top of pizzas. I just want to say you can do it after it comes out. You can do it before it goes in. But normally when I eat pizza that I make at home, I will sprinkle it normally always with some Parmesan cheese that I would normally put like on my spaghetti, on lasagna, on a pizza bake, whatever I've made. I do normally sprinkle it with some Parmesan cheese, and I actually have a 6 blend of Parmesan cheese, kind of like this, except it's in the powdered form, and it's really good. I love white cheeses of all kinds. I can eat Swiss cheese just by itself. I keep it in the packs in the refrigerator in the little squares, and I'll just get in the fridge sometimes and just eat pieces of Swiss cheese. I love cheese. But I'm just kind of finally with my fingers, not a rocket scientist, going around the outer corners and making sure to cover up all those pepperonis, but getting the outer corners really good so that way you have extra cheese around your crust, and that's going to make it taste really well. Again, I do my finely shredded cheese first, and then I'm going to go in with the thicker cut mozzarella cheese from Kraft to do my final coat of cheese on top. So basically, this is going to be an extra pepperoni, extra cheese homemade pizza is what we are looking at here. And it is looking marvelous, if I must say so myself. It is Father's Day. I thought about maybe once it came out, writing Happy Father's Day with is just put a little heart pepperoni on the top of this. Just make a little shape of pepperonis, of heart, one big heart on the top for him for Father's Day, and make it like so. I'm going to take my kitchen scissors. I will show you this in just a second how I'm doing this. These are kitchen shears. They are Betty Crocker, and they are cutting things that you need to use in the kitchen. But before I do my heart on top, for Father's Day. I'm going to go ahead and do my mozzarella cheese. That way I don't cover up the heart once I put this work into it with the mozzarella. Let me give you guys a quick view of what this is looking like before I do the mozzarella cheese. So that is all the finely shredded cheese, the 6 cheese blend. I went in as lightly as I could or as heavily as I could, but just as basically just kind of coated everywhere that was sauced or pepperonied, and again tried to remain off of that outer edge of the crust so that way it would be able to bake up a little crispier without anything on it. Now I'm going to go in with my heart while he is in the other room. I'm going to make, oh wait, no I'm not, I'm doing my mozzarella. I want to do the thicker cheese now on top. This is just basically not thicker cheese, but it is a thicker cut than the finely shredded. So I'm going in now with it around the edges really good. I will show you guys what this kind of looks like in just a second. You'll be able to see it even with the heart over it. But so this is just kind of a topping for the cheese topping to kind of give it a bigger, cheesier top to it. Now I'm just kind of pressing this in so that way when I go to pick it up and I go to put it in the oven, it's all kind of pressed down into the crust. Because again, this is a and even with the finely shredded cheese that I don't have it to where it's going to be falling off or not able to bake well. So again, just kind of pressing down now what I've put on top. And just cutting these pepperonis in half so that way it's not big huge pieces of pepperoni. I'm going to make a little heart in the center for him for Father's Day. And the kids, of course, have both already ate. So this is just basically for him, from me, for Father's Day. And here in a few minutes, the kids and I are going to give him his Father's Day gift while he eats. So, yeah. This is just a simple, cute little pepperoni heart. And I'm going to hurry and get this in now before he comes. But so here is the mozzarella. As you can see, that's just the bigger pieces of cheese is the Kraft mozzarella. The rest is the finely shredded. And then I cut him out with the Betty Crocker scissors, a little pepperoni heart for the top for Father's Day. So yeah, now all that's left to do is I'm going to pop this baby in the oven for 8 to 12 minutes at 425. I can show you on the oven. The beep a minute ago was letting me know that it was ready. So I'm going to throw that in there before he comes in and sees his heart. And when it comes out, it is going to be baked fresh, ready to go. So that is a simple how you do a pizza at home. Do it yourself, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, click the bell so you don't miss any more of this crazy life of mine. See you guys on the next one.